Last we left Detective Jack Malone, he was in quite the pickle. Someone had used his hot tub without permission, and in a world where nothing goes unnoticed, Jack knew this wasn't some friendly neighbor borrowing a cup of sugar. The night was young, and the city was alive with the hum of secrets. Jack decided to follow a lead down to the Blue Note Jazz Club, a place where whispers were the currency, and everyone had something to hide. As he eased into the smoky room, the soulful tunes of a saxophone greeted him. "Hey, big boy, here for some fun?" A sultry voice cut through the music. It was Jackie, the club's singer, draped in a red dress that shimmered under the dim lights. Jack walked over, his eyes as cold as the night outside. "Jackie," he nodded, "I'm looking for answers." She gave a knowing smile. "What kind of answers, detective? The kind you can handle or the kind that burn?" Jack raised an eyebrow. Jackie always had a flair for the dramatic. "I know someone's been in my hot tub. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?" She leaned in closer, her breath warm against his ear. "Well, I might know a thing or two. The owner and I, we've been soaking in a lot of things lately." Before she could spill the beans, a voice from across the room interrupted. "Hey, Jack, come over here." It was the club owner, a grizzled man with a past as murky as the bottom of a whiskey glass. Jack shot Jackie a look, but she just shrugged, turning back to the microphone, her voice melting into the next song. The mystery would have to wait. Making his way through the crowd, Jack felt the weight of eyes on him. Everyone knew something and everyone was afraid. That's the thing about this city. Secrets were like shadows, always there, even if you couldn't see them. The club owner, Tony, was waiting by the bar, wiping down a glass with a rag that had seen better days. "Jack, I hear you're sniffing around about your hot tub." Jack narrowed his eyes. "You know something, Tony?" Tony chuckled, but there was no humor in it. "Jack, in this business you hear things, people talk, and sometimes people get too comfortable." Jack leaned in. "Comfortable enough to break into a detective's house?" Tony's face darkened. "Listen, Jack, not everyone's happy you're digging up the past. Some folks think you're better off leaving things buried." Jack felt a chill run down his spine. This was more than just a hot tub intruder. This was a warning. Tony continued, "You want my advice? Keep your head down. But if you're set on finding the truth, you might want to talk to a guy named Benny. He hangs around the docks, knows everyone and everything that goes on in this town." Jack nodded slowly. "Thanks, Tony, I'll find Benny." As he left the club, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. The night was thick with tension and the air was heavy with unspoken threats. But Jack Malone was no stranger to danger. He lived for it. He pulled his collar up against the cold and set off towards the docks. The mystery was far from over, and Jack knew he was just scratching the surface. Whatever secrets were hidden in the shadows, he was determined to bring them to light. To be continued.